花井さん、聞こえますか？
あ、こんにちは。
こんにちは。お名前ちょっと直させていただいてよろしいですか？
あ、そうですね。
いいですか？私の
はい、お
方で
願いします。
はい。はい、ありがとうございます。
ちょっと音が小さいですね。
そうですか？
あ、僕のボリュームかな？僕の声ちゃんと聞こえます？
聞こえてます。はい。
じゃあちょっとスピーカー大きくしようかな。
はい。
聞こえます？
聞こえますよ。
大きくなりました。
はい。ごめんなさい。
後ろもちょっと明るく。よっこらしょ。
上条さん。
はい。
上条さん聞こえます？お名前直しますよ。吉田さん、こんにちは。
こんにちは。
こんにちは。よろしくお願いします。
こんにちは。
こんにちは。
よろしくお願いします。
お願いします。
そちらいい天気ですね、小勝さん。
ねえ、こんな天気だったらいいですけど。
大勝さん、ご無沙汰してます。花井と申します。
まだです。よろしくお願いします。
吉田さん、こんにちは。
どうもこんにちは。よろしくお願いします。
どうも。
結構エリック、インディアナポリスの会長がすごい楽しみにしてました。今日のミーティングを。ですので。
ね
吉田さんの背景は、それはフェイク？
これはね、どこだったっけな。忘れちゃった。いいでしょ
う。いや、その背景のやり方がわからない。
だから自分の、写真をダウンロードすればいいんですよ。背景どうするかっていうのはこう出てくるので。
設定ね。いや、なんかね、その設定に入る前に。
こうもあるんだけど、いろんな背景がありますよ。
ありますよね。
所有の背景もあるし、自分の背景もあるわけ、できるわけ。
ただ
自分をそこにダウンロードしてやればいいんですけどね。
その背景になる前にいつもこの画面になっちゃうんですよ。
だからその前の準備の時にやらないと。はい。
そうですね。
そうそうそう。もうこれが始まっちゃうと変えられないと思うな。
そうですよね。もういいです。結構です。はい。
田です。おはようございます。
皆さんこんにちは。
この度いろいろお世話になっております。
こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
お願いします。花井さん、今日よろしくお願いします。
こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
山田さん、少し音が小さいみたいなんですけど、ボリュームアップしてもらう、マイクの音を上げてもらえますか？
はい。
これ東京の方は欠席の方はいらないですかね。
荒木さんは欠席と聞きました。
荒木さんだけ？
今、私が聞いてるのはその限りですね。
Her contact calls turn into directions.
Welcome to Indianapolis.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Mr. J. Brill.
Yes.
Hanai.
Hello. We're so glad to join you, and congratulations on winning the Indianapolis 500.
How many people are joining there?
I'm thinking 10, 15 maybe.
Oh, really? Not many.
Yeah, I'm the first on. Yeah. It's kind of late at night here.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wish we were there. I wish I was there.
Members from Indianapolis club. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Only 6.
Yeah, and the international headquarters are in Indianapolis too.
Yeah, I know. これは。あ、藤井さん、こんにちは。どうもよろしくお願いします。
どうもこんにちは。聞こえますか？
十分です。
聞こえますか？
聞こえます。
あ、こんにちは。よろしくお願いします。
山本さん、声どうですか？
あ、山田さん、こんにちは。
聞こえますか？
聞こえてます。
はい、ありがとうございます。
Tom Dunham, how are you?
How are you?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
Good, good. Glad you're joining us. This should be fun.
I met a lot of those people from the Tokyo Kiwanis Club when I was president of the Kiwanis International Foundation. They asked me to come over and speak at their district convention, and they had a nice dinner for me the night before and so on. So I got acquainted with a lot of them at that time. Of course, that was 21 years ago, so probably a lot of those people are not there.
Hi, Gina.
Hi. Hi, Taka. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Thanks for helping us with this tonight.
Sure, of course.
It's exciting.
Yeah, exciting to have this many members attending.
Yes.
So is that Purdue Stadium behind you, Taka?
Yeah, it is. Several say.
Go Boilers. Yeah.
Well,
Hello.
let's see.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
This is Roger.
Roger. Hi, Roger.
Hi, all.
Yeah, this is George. How are you?
Hi, I'm wonderful. How are you today?
Oh, yeah, very good. Thank you.
Hopefully you've got nicer weather than we do right now.
Oh, yeah. Very good weather we have right now. Without
No.
clouds.
Okay.
Very fine.
Hey, Eric.
How you doing, Taka?
Good. How are you?
I am doing great.
So this is George. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm just fixing my volume. How's Friday in Japan?
Yeah. I'm sorry, you are very late in the night. 11 o'clock, right? So
It is. I'm getting old. I just turned 42, so we had to have some coffee with our dinner to stay up late as a special occasion.
oh, that's great.
Congratulations.
Hey, Tamila.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Good evening.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Taka. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thanks for
Good.
everything.
You look like you're at quite the sporting event behind you.
Yeah.
What stadium is that? Is that Purdue Stadium? Where is that?
Yeah, that's Roseade. Hi, Martin. Thank you for attending.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, Joyce. Hi, Martin.
Hey, how you doing?
Konnichiwa, Steve.
Konnichiwa.
Just showing off now.
I know.
Well, actually, Steve, for you, it's I assume in Asai.
Oh,
For Tokyo, it's Konnichiwa.
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 Indianapolis, konbanwa.
In Indiana, that's a big howdy.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Yeah.
So everybody's ready?
yes.
Ready?
I'm ready.
It's on mute.
Akiko-san
はい。
is already
Um,
was in, or
I think a couple of people from Japan, I mean, Tokyo is not here yet.
no?
上条さん、小坂さんと佐々木さんはまだ後から参加されるんでしょうか。上条さん、聞こえます？
ミュートになってるよ。
ミュートになってますよ。
そうですね。上条さん、事務局の方、どなたか上条さんに聞いてみていただけます？
あれ、上条さんいない？
先に進めていていただいて結構です。
わかりました。じゃあ、大丈夫ですね。吉田さん、お願いします。
Okay. Well, good afternoon and good evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Welcome to an epoch-making event. This is the first international meeting between Indianapolis Kiwanis Club and Tokyo Kiwanis Club. Thank you very much, everyone, for attending. My name is George Yoshida, past president of Tokyo Club and the 2018 to 19 governor of the Japan district. And I am the MC and moderator of this meeting. I would appreciate if you could give me your cooperation in moving forward with this meeting smoothly and fruitfully, because time is very limited to 1 hour. I would like to thank all of the parties who have given their utmost efforts to make this event happen. Especially much thanks goes to Taka of Lafayette Kiwanis Club, who convey to Japan District Eric's keen interest to have such a remote international meeting. After several communications with Taka, we could finally prepare this meeting. It is amazing that the number of participants is 18 from both sides, which well exceeded than expected. This must be an evidence of high interest of both sides to find out what's going on relative to Kiwanis activities in the pandemic time on the other side of the globe. Okay, having said that, for the first thing of this meeting, could I ask every participant to introduce yourself? Please make it as short as possible, just saying your name, duration of membership, and post if you in your club, if any, that will be fine. First, the Tokyo Club, please.
Okay, thank you, Yoshida-san, Joy-san, and Taka-san. And my name is Tsuyoshi Nakai. I have been the president of Tokyo Kiwanis Club from last November. And I joined the Tokyo Kiwanis Club 6 years ago. I just say one message. I pay deep condolences to the victims and their families by gun violence in Indianapolis. Okay.
All right, thank you. The next, Ito-san.
Yes. I'm Ito, Secretary of Kiwanis Japan Fund. It's about 11 years since I attend Tokyo Kiwanis Club. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Kanamori-san. Kanamori-san is not here?
ミュートになってます。
Sorry. And how do you do? I'm Kanamori, Satoru Kanamori. I'm the chief of the PL. I experienced in the only 3 years and in the Kiwanis Club. Thank you for joining with you. Thank you.
Well, thank you. The next, Mr. Sasaki-san.
No.
No.
I think he's not here yet.
Sasaki-san not here? All right, the next, Mr. Sugita-san.
Yes, my name is Ken Sugita. I'm immediate past secretary of Japan district. About 30 years ago, I had an opportunity to become Kiwanis. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. The next is Mr. Fuji-san.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm very glad to see you, everybody. I'm Ryuzo Fuji. I have joined the Tokyo Kiwanis Club since February this year. I think children are the most important treasure in the world. Our responsibility is to make children happy. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. The next is Hanai-san.
Hi, everybody. Hanai is my name, Yoshi Hanai. Nice meeting you. And I joined Kiwanis Tokyo in 2015, which is about 6 years ago. And I did several jobs in Tokyo Club and also Japan district. By the way, the name of the president there is Eric Steele.
Yes, Eric Steele.
Eric Steele. Actually, Mr. Steele of Indianapolis reminds me of my good memories about 30 years ago. I used to visit Indianapolis several times. That is to visit Granite City Steelworks, which is very close to Indianapolis. I was in steel business at that time, and I shipped. Actually, the purpose of visit to Granite City Steel via Indianapolis Airport is to make a negotiation of steel export from US to the Far East, Japan, Korea, and China. And I used to ship 100,000 tons from Indianapolis.
Make it short, please.
Okay. That is it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. The next, Fujiwara-san.
Yes, my name is Buheita Fujiwara. Please call me Fuji after the highest and the most beautiful mountain in Japan. I thought but you may mix with Mr. Fuji, another, my friend in Tokyo Kiwanis Club. So it's very difficult to announce Buheita. Please call me Buheita. Okay.
All right, Buheita-san.
Yes, I was president of Tokyo Kiwanis Club and governor of Japan. And now I'm an international trustee of the Kiwanis International from the ASPAC region for the 3 years. That's my, yes, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, he is very busy. All right, thank you very much. And next is Mr. Yamada.
Yes.
Yamada-san.
My name is Aki Yamada. I'm Vice President of Tokyo Kiwanis Club. I have joined in 70 years ago. Okay, you look Kiwanis. My hobby is Kiwanis. Good.
All right. So the next is Yoshikuni-san.
Hi, good local time, everyone. My name is Yoshikuni. I joined Kiwanis Club in 2008, and I was a president for 2016. But first of all, I'd like to thank Taka and Georgie for preparing this very epoch-making meeting of joint meeting between Kiwanis Club Tokyo and Indianapolis. I'd like to, I strongly hope that this will contribute to enhancement of the cooperation between two clubs. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. The next the member or a participant from the Indianapolis, please.
May I first introduce our governor and past governors of Indiana? Steve, would you like to go first?
Hi, I'm Steve Ingram. I'm with the Valparaiso Club in Indiana, about 2 hours north of Indianapolis, just under Lake Michigan. And I was governor of Indiana 2017, 2018. Thank you.
Martin?
Hello, and domo arigato, Koji-san. I am Martin Furnish, currently governor of Indiana District. I've been a member of Kiwanis for 11 years, and the reason that I'm governor is partly Steve Ingram's fault. Domo.
Domo.
Eric, would you like to just start?
Yes, certainly. So my name is Eric Steele. I'm the current president of the Downtown Indianapolis Club. I joined 11 years ago. I'm actually third generation downtown Indianapolis. My dad joined in 1983 and my grandfather joined in 1961. So it is my deep honor to be our current president. So I will introduce our members joining today, starting with Mr. Jay Brill.
Hello, I'm Jay Brill, and I was a member for 45 years, past president. I know I don't look that old, but I'm enjoying reaching out to other communities. It's exciting for me. Thank you.
So Jay is our Interclub chair, and it was his idea to get as many miles from our club with our international partners as we could. Mr. Tom Dunham, please.
Oh, by the way, we also were involved with the Masters. We had the Augusta Club speak, and there was someone from, I think, Japan that won the Masters too.
Tom, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, fellow Kiwanians of Tokyo. I've been a member of the Indianapolis Downtown Club for 47 years, and I had the pleasure in 2000 as president of the Kiwanis International Foundation to be invited to speak at your district convention. And at that convention, I met many of the Tokyo Club's members. I don't recognize anyone tonight, but that was a long time ago. But it was really a pleasure to be with everyone, and I was treated very, very fine. And it's good memories for my wife and myself.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Miss Jeanine Kirby, please.
Hi, good evening, and thank you for allowing me to join all of you. I am a past president of the Indianapolis Club. I'm also past foundation president, and I serve on our grant committee, and I'm thrilled to be here with you and really enjoyed the last international convention that we had in Florida.
Thanks, Jeanine. I'm going to turn it over to our current club treasurer, Roger Cummings.
Hi, welcome to be here tonight with you guys. Glad to be here with you guys. I'm glad most of you are smarter than me and can speak 2 languages. That's something I never could do. As Eric mentioned, I'm treasurer of our downtown club and our foundation. I've been a member for roughly 20 years and fully enjoy it. And thanks for hosting tonight.
And Roger is going to join me at the International Convention this June. Mr. Lou Drexler, if you could please introduce yourself.
Yes, glad to be here this evening. Again, my name is Lou Drexler. Been a member of the Downtown Club for about 30 years. Currently, I've been serving with the advisor to our Key Club with one of the high schools here in town for about the last 15 years. Enjoyed very much with the youth and working with the youth at that point.
Thank you, Mr. Graham Honecker, our most recent past president. If you could introduce yourself, please.
Yes, good evening, everybody. It is an honor to be with you. Graham Honecker, I've been a Kiwanian for 19 years. I just finished up my presidency here and I'm president of the foundation. And again, this is an honor. You know, you hear Kiwanis International and we get used to that term, but this really puts it to meaning, you know, to be able to connect with Kiwanians from around the world. So I'm very pleased to be with you tonight.
It was a man who lost their wives.
Thanks, Graham. My wife, Lamita, is on the phone. If Lamita could wave. She just joined this year after being a Kiwanis wife. It's nice for her to be an official member. And then Miss Kelly Oles is our operations manager. Kelly, if you could wave and introduce yourself. She just started with us about 3 weeks ago, and we are thrilled to have her as our one full-time employee. I'll turn it back over to the Tokyo Club.
All right, thank you, Eric. Then how many participants from the Indianapolis club? How many?
Seven.
Oh,
no. 7?
No.
More than that.
I'll say 8.
Does he mean on tonight or in the club?
130. 130.
All right. Thank you very much for self-introduction. And then we have 2 Kiwanians from other clubs as an observer. Taka, please introduce yourself, please.
My name is Taka Ogata. I've been member of Lafayette Club for 8 years now. And I was a past president of the Lafayette from 15 to 16, a lieutenant governor from 17 to 19, and then now Indiana membership chair from 19 to 21. Thank you.
That's great. And is Coco here? Coco, come on.
I don't see her.
No? All right. Then we have 2 staff members of Kiwanis organizations in Japan as an observer as well. Naoko is in behind the scene. And Akiko, please introduce yourself, please.
Yes, I'm Akiko Yamamoto. I'm a staff of the Japan district, and I've been working for Kiwanis for 16 years now.
All right, thank you very much. Now Sasaki-san is here.
Thank you, Mr. Yoshida.
Hi, would you please introduce
I'm
yourself?
sorry to be
in
late
short?
in the meeting because owing to the wrong ID code. I joined the Tokyo Kiwanis in 2012 and act as auditor at the present, but I worked for so-called lieutenant governor for 3 years. And my name is Nobuyuki Sasaki. The Nobuyuki is a rather difficult to pronounce. And please call me Nobi. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Nobi.
Yeah.
And then thank you very much, everyone. Now I would like to invite Eric for a few words as opening remarks. Please welcome Eric, President of Indianapolis. Please.
No, certainly. I'd like to, again, thank everybody for letting our club join. This was a combination of a couple factors that led to this idea. Last year, right when the world was shutting down in March, we lost a very passionate member of our club. His name was Joe Marbaugh, and he was in charge of Interclub for a long, long time and would have perfect attendance every year, was very outspoken when it came to drawing volunteers for any activity. So when he passed away and our club stopped meeting in person and we went to Zoom, and we wanted to keep that connection going for learning from other clubs, Mr. Jay Brill and I came together and started talking about coordinating with other clubs around the country and around the world. So we've been fortunate to have a good year with donations. Last year, the community realized that children need our support more than ever. So even though we haven't been able to meet in person, we're going to have our first meeting back in person in May. So that'll be the first time we've seen each other in about 13 months. So this is a nice catalyst bringing us back into the world of the living. So the members we have joining us tonight really are some of the pillars of the Kiwanis Club going back 1, 2, 3, and 4 decades. So it makes me a little emotional seeing the commitment that people have made staying up late with us to join you tomorrow for your Friday lunch. So again, thanks to everybody. I wish that it was under different circumstances. We could see each other at the international convention sometime, but that's really all I'd like to say. I'll turn it back over to you.
All right, thank you, Eric. Then I'd like to invite Tsuyoshi for a few words. Please welcome Tsuyoshi, President of Tokyo Club.
Thank you, Eric-san. And I appreciate your initiative. Try to have such kind of meeting. 4 months ago, I got that message. We discussed. We tried to realize that meeting. Then, fortunately, we did it. So thank you very much your initiative, and thank you Yoshida-san also. And I used just 3 minutes to explain what are the recent issues of Tokyo Kiwanis Club. Of course, under the pandemic, there is a communication problem. How we can keep the same level of communication among members, among the outside people. That is one of the big issues. Second issue is, like especially for elder people in Japan, we are not familiar with remote communication, not like a US. So we try to use this occasion as an opportunity to to learn the remote system among us. That is two points. Then we settle 2 events. First one is so-called virtual and in-person salon, which was started last January. First meeting was held by the speaker of Mr. Tori. Mr. Tori is the chairman of the Novartis Holding in Japan. So he explained what is the issue, what is the problem of medical, pharmaceutical industries, what is the situation vaccine of corona. Then we learned a lot about recent problem of the COVID-19. It is very useful speech, and a lot of our members listen through internet. So therefore, that is the first initiative. And the second, we have a second VIP salon, which was held again by the speaker of Ryuzo Fuji-san, which he is now here in this place. And he explained what is the well-being and happiness under the COVID-19. That shows us also a very good inspiration how to find a better life. So total 70 our members joined the Zoom meeting, and that was a good start to develop the online dialogue and try to learn, try to use the remote system. So VIP Salon is one initiative. And the second initiative is the, we called the Children Smile project in Sunshine City. In Sunshine City states in the Ikebukuro in Tokyo, 60 floors building. At the top of the 60th floor, there is an observatory. So we talked with the Sunshine City company and also the other NGO who are taking care of children in Ikebukuro, and we jointly did some volunteer activity for children. The 23 children joined this activity, and there are several different routes: Nepal, China, Turkey, and of course Japanese. And 7 volunteers and 10 Kiwanis members and Sunshine staff members. They climbed up the top of the building. It's a very nice 360-degree scape panorama. They enjoyed very much. And there are a lot of amusement equipment there, including mirror ball or mirror room or so on and so on. So they enjoyed, they learned, they talked, they played. It was a nice experience for them. And after, we had a nice luncheon meeting with nice Japanese style obento. And they're very glad, I hope. And of course, we did the best effort to take protection measures against COVID-19, including mask, social distance, or so on and so on. You know, like children didn't have a chance to go out under the COVID-19. So after this event, they sent a letter to us. Recently, they couldn't find a chance or occasion to go out, to talk, to play. So it was a very useful, nice chance and experience for children to come together to play with us. They said, please continue to hold such kind of the event for children to come and to find a place to meet and enjoy together. So that is our effort recently. So this I just showed you 2 examples, which you are doing to find the better occasions under the COVID-19 for the children. Okay, that is my just introduction and speech. Thank you very much. ありがとう。
Oh, thank you very much for the rather long, comments anyway. Thank you very much, Yoshi-san. Then let's move on to the presentation of Kiwanis activities of each club. The first Tokyo Club, please. I think Yoshinori-san is going to present it.
Hi, Yoshida-san. Okay, let me see. Okay, hello everybody. Again, Yoshi Hanai speaking. Now, let me explain to you about Tokyo Club's activity briefly. Tokyo Club was established, actually chartered in 1964, which is the year of the first Tokyo Olympic game. Now we are trying to do the second one, but the first one took place over 50 years ago. And Tokyo Club is not only the first Kiwanis club in Japan, which has now 39 clubs in Japan, but also the first club in Asia Pacific region, which has now 8 districts and 10 nations with 35,000 members in Asia Pacific region. Also, Tokyo Club sponsors one Circle K, which is Musashino University, and one key club, Zama American High School. By chance, it became American. Okay. About Tokyo Club members, we have about 150 members in Tokyo Club. We used to have more, much more. Like other clubs, numbers are decreasing. And now we only have the best and brightest members here. And in order to compensate such decrease, we are expanding Kiwanis outside Tokyo City, namely other major cities in Japan. As a result, number of Kiwanian in Japan is over 20,000 people. Okay, the picture shows the Tokyo Club's regular meeting, which takes place twice or 3 times a month on Fridays. Each meeting, besides luncheon gathering, we invite various specialists or generalists for 40-minute speech about different topics. Okay. Kiwanis dolls. Making Kiwanis dolls. Okay. The left picture shows women's college students are making Kiwanis dolls. And the right one, I don't know it very well, but company employees are asked by Kianian to make Kiwanis dolls. Next picture, please. Oh, this one is again Kiwanis dolls manufacturing. These people are Tokyo Club members. Looks very senior. Okay.
Looks very senior.
Okay, next picture, please. Oh, this is a different subject. Okay. Oh, serving the children in the local community. This is it. Terakoya or temple school, meaning temple school. Traditionally in Japan, Buddhist temples offer wide space for people's gathering or activities free of charge. Tokyo Kiwanis operates temple school usually twice a month. This picture shows a temple school, and I think yes, they are doing homeworks. This is a Myohoji temple in Tokyo. Regularly, we invite over 20 elementary school students on weekend lunchtime, where students do their homework or reading books, then eat lunch together. Meals are usually cooked and prepared by Tokyo Club members. However, under current pandemic situation, we are forced to buy pre-cooked lunch boxes from shops for sanitary reasons. Further, children have to be segregated by partitions during eating or even doing homework in an attempt to avoid virus infection. Okay, next is children's cafeteria. Next picture, please. Yes, children's cafeteria. This picture shows children's cafeteria. They are serving curry and rice. Curry and rice became a kind of Japanese national food and children's favorite after curry and rice was brought by British visitors. Although the origin of curry is India, but in our case, it was brought by British people. At that time, India was British colony. And that was brought over 100 years ago. Anyway, twice a year in spring and fall, we invite over 300 children to the same Buddhist temple. In such occasion, we ask a famous restaurant chef to prepare curry and rice, special curry and rice for children, especially. This picture shows the serving curry and rice. Okay, and next picture. Okay, oh, okay, it's too early, but okay, Tokyo Kiwanis scholarship programs. We don't have a picture for this. We have various scholarship programs besides Kiwanis Children's Fund. Such scholarship is funded by club members. Generous donations with 4-year pledge or proceeds from charity concerts or fundraising parties and other club events. Besides charities and donations, Tokyo Club members frequently get together and have a fun. We have club golf competitions. The picture was about that. And Japanese sake tasting parties. We don't have pictures for that. And ego playing circle, which is Oriental board game of capturing territory. And also we have a weekly luncheon gathering at Ginza, which is Tokyo's top shopping and dining district. Yes?
Yoshi, how many minutes do you need to finish it?
This is the last part. Next is the last part.
Go ahead. Sure.
So, sorry, it's too long?
Yes.
Okay. I was trying to explain about Tokyo Club's function as Kiwanis headquarters in Japan, but I skip it. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, Yoshi. And then next, Indianapolis Club is who is going to present?
I'll get it started and I'll turn it over to a couple of our members who have hands-on participation with the committees now. So I'd like to thank the Tokyo Club president for a very well documented and articulated history and summary of what you are doing. We have a strong scholarship regimen also. So our club is lucky enough to have an $8 million foundation that supports about 120,000 of scholarships each year between female athletes, standout scholars in basketball and football, and our signature program is the Abe Lincoln Scholarship. We've got a variety of service leadership programs. I used to be the K Kids for 10 and 11-year-olds. I was the liaison for 5 years. And I'm the current golf committee chairman also. So I really appreciate the pictures of your club getting out and playing together last fall. That was really the only time we got to see each other and have a picnic and raise some money for one of the builders clubs. We raised about $500 for the builders club as part of our barbecue last fall. In the last 5 years, the golf committee has raised about $50,000. So this year we're tasked with raising $15,000 in June. On our call today, we've got Lou Drexler, who has been a service leadership program liaison for one of our local high schools. Lou, if you could speak on your service leadership club for a second, please.
Okay, be pleasure to do that. It's a local high school. We currently, in the last several years, we have a little over 100 members of the Key Club. Again, it's based upon the traditional Kiwanis Club. We look for development leadership. The youth take charge of the programs, the ideas, the club meetings. They run the show pretty much at that point. We work hard to get volunteer opportunities for them. This week alone, they have been to, 2 groups have been to a local food bank. Coming up Sunday, we have some volunteers going to a local YMCA, which is hosting an triathlon. It's indoor. Rather than have a certain distance, they're having time in the pool, time on treadmill, time on a stationary bike, and our youth will be there to count laps and monitor or verify how far they rode on the bike and the treadmill, et cetera, and that type of thing. We have struggled somehow, some of the volunteer opportunities this year because of COVID-19, but we have found ways to work with a local church for a food backpack. We have hunger needs within our community with the schools located. They have a local church that gives out backpacks with food on the weekends for students within the school district. And our youth have worked to collect food to donate to that particular program and help that program at that point. So again, an active group, and it's enjoyable to be around and look at the future leadership that will come out of the particular youth that we've had. Turn it back to you, Eric.
Thanks, Lou. Just one more person. I'm going to turn it over to past President Jean-Ann Kirby, and she'll speak to some of the other programs we've got.
Quarterly, we use one of our lunch meetings to go out in the community and do a service project with our children. Things like going to an early learning center and building little picnic tables and painting easels for the children to play with. Also at Christmas time, we gather presents so that children will have a nice Christmas and will have gifts. And another project we did was on our quarterly service project was to go to the local children's hospital called Riley Children's Hospital, and Taka joined us there. And we have both a toy cart. One of our longtime members has taken care of for the sick children to give toys to each child to pick out a toy. And we also went there and had lunch, toured some of the building, and we also took treats and toiletries, shampoos, things like that for the parents who have to stay with their sick children while they're there. So we try to work with children of all ages, and it's been tremendously rewarding.
All right, thank you.
Ma'am. So we'll turn it back over to you.
All right, thank you very much. And then Let's move on to the main issues, the special activities of the club during the COVID-19 pandemic time, which is prolonging for more than 15 months since January last year. First, Tokyo Club, please, but already presented by the president of the Tokyo Club. So
how this I try to keep the time efficiently. So I explained already what I did and we did during the pandemic period. So I like to listen the what is if you did some special activities from at your side. Then after, if we need some exchange of views, we'll do it. How about this?
yeah, that's fine, great. So what about the Indianapolis, Eric?
No, certainly. So the last year under the pandemic has given us an opportunity to bring in new listeners to our weekly meetings. So we were averaging about 40 people at our weekly meetings before. And our Zoom calls, we've been averaging 40 to 45 to 50 with guests joining from around the country and with speakers from around the country. We've got political commentary from Washington, D.C. We had basketball coaches from California. We had zoologists from North Carolina. So the activities were very restricted.
Yeah.
In the past, it was very proud moments to speak in front of 300 students. Our county, we've got about 20 high schools, and we'll nominate students from each high school. Their parents and friends come as they're recognized for improving grades, being successful student athletes. So those have gone to videos. So a local film studio has volunteered their time. So it's been video documentaries interviewing the students, and brought all of our weekly videos are uploaded to YouTube. The weekly Zoom calls are uploaded to YouTube, but the membership committee has had a hard time meeting. So to your point, in 1990, the Indianapolis Club was 500 members. And in 1987, we were one of the first clubs bringing in female members. But since then, it has been tough to grow the club the last decade. The best thing I have thought of for my year as president is to bribe our members, offering an enormous 60-inch TV to whoever brings in the most members. So on our call, we've got Graham Honecker, who's currently winning, having recruited 4 new members for this year. So we're excited to get back in person. We're open. Any age group can now get their vaccines. So my wife and I each have our 2 vaccines from Moderna. And we started 70-year-olds in January and on down the list. So having access to the jabs has really encouraged our members to get excited about meeting again in person with restricted capacity, like at some of your meetings, 4 per table. But under the pandemic, it's been tough. There's been a lot of pushback, a lot of resentment, having to meet in person. No one wants to watch TV for a year. when everybody wants to get that camaraderie established as quickly as possible. So it was double-edged sword. We were able to attract speakers we wouldn't have been able to get before because we had restricted ourselves to Indianapolis. And to your point of being able to listen to the most qualified medical professionals in the city, that's always inspiring. Local mayors and politicians is always very powerful, but it's going to be hard for us to get people meeting in person as frequently as we had been. Myself, I work 45 minutes from where we meet. So you had mentioned the Tokyo Club was looking outside of Tokyo. I live about 45 minutes north of Indianapolis. The Westfield, Indiana Club brought in 39 new members last year, in the second most in the world. Those suburban clubs, as business decentralizes, have a little bit of a competitive advantage. But no, that's really it. I'm excited when we talk this time next year about non-pandemic activities.
All right, thank you, Eric. Well, I'm very sorry to say we are running far behind the schedule. So I'd like to omit some articles or items, then to move on to the question and answers session. And I've already had the two questions from the Tokyo the Kiwanis members. So that is how one is. I'm sorry, where it is. Yeah, one is how is your club increasing members under the pandemic situation? I thought your club, the Indianapolis club, increased the membership, the past 1 or 2 years. So what is the key? Eric?
No, certainly. It's always tough. I can't speak to a particular change of recruitment. It's always very close. If we've got 4 or 5 people, we're dealing with a little bit of geography with the changing demographics in the United States. We're right in the Rust Belt. So the gravity is really pulling people to Florida, Texas, and the Southwest. So we've got a lot of visibility in the community. We've got good relationships with local newspapers. Our marquee events do get good publicity. So that's nice. We've got a strong, call it farm system, similar to baseball, where we've got elementary, middle school, high school, and then 4 or 5 colleges with strong Kiwanis memberships. So I think it has a good following. We've got people engaged through donations. We had our 105th club anniversary in 2020. We raised $105,000 and we extended that. And we're going to try to raise an additional $45,000 for 150,000. How about yourself? What would you attribute your success to with new members?
That is a very, very, serious question to us. Our member is now 145. But this 1 year ago, it was 160. So we decreased the numbers. And our average age of the club is 70 years old. Of course, the people who worked hard and after retirement, they like to become a member like that. But that's the point that we like to listen from you. How you expand the range of ages, how you can attract the people to the club. Attractiveness is maybe the key point. And you explain a lot about the situation. That's the reason we raise the question to you. Maybe also my colleagues in the today who are attending, like Fujiwara-san or Yoshikuni-san, maybe they have some comment or observations about the membership increase.
I would say one other thing in ours is that we invite legacy. Eric's third generation legacy. Both my parents were Kiwanians with different Kiwanis clubs. My mother was a past president as well. Taka is a good resource because he's head of membership here. Taka, do you have any ideas for to share what you're working on from the Kiwanis, the big picture of Kiwanis for membership?
As far as Indiana, I think last year we took advantage of that free membership. Many clubs really did a good job. I think one club in Elberfeld, town of Elberfeld, I think population is less than 1,000, but they increased by 40, was it, Martin?
Wow.
So, and what they did was just purely invite their friends and make sure they explain why they're doing it. I think many times when you are asked what does Kiwanis do, we tend to answer what we do, like we do pancake breakfast or we do scholarship. But we tend to forget to tell them why we are doing it, because we're doing it for children. If we bring that first, and then people will say, well, I'm interested in helping kids. If we say we're doing pancake breakfast, people say, well, I don't want to flip pancakes. So I think it's just we make sure we tell why we're being Kiwanians and why we want to help kids.
I have another problem. Not only the membership, but also we also have a problem in the SLP activities. As Mr. Hana mentioned, we have one SLP, Circle K. I established this Circle K when I was a president at Musashi University. But because of the pandemic, the extracurricular activities in the universities are now suspended. So this club called Connect at the Musashi University has failed to recruit new members last year and this year. So that is a very serious problem because this club will probably disappear in 2 years.
Wow, very pessimistic. All right, the Taka touched on a little bit about the E-Club and the question from Tokyo Club. The second one was how to operate E-Club or something like that, because in Japan there's no E-Club at all. So would you give us your thought about the E-Club, Taka?
Sure. Or Martin, would you like to talk about the 25 plus club?
Sure. Thank you, Taka. Very quickly before that, Westfield Club was mentioned. That's a club that doubled its membership this year because of the free membership. And what I constantly say, I'm a member of Westfield, is we gave people a reason to join. It was free. Now our job is to give people a reason not to leave because of the experience they can have. But yes, we have a new E-Club we have 54 members, and it's called, it was aimed to have 25 at least, so it was called 25 plus Kiwanians who care. We have 54 members, and each quarter, every 3 months, we meet and decide which who we should give our money to, and it's not split. We make a decision that all the money goes to one particular cause based on the vote that we have, and it's $100 per member. So we have 54 members, and therefore we were able to give $5,400 today. We met today, Taco was with us, to a particular organization that looks after handicapped children and handicapped adults, but mostly handicapped children, and gives them and their parents an opportunity to have a little time to go and perhaps work with their other children, visit them at college or visit them at school. That was what we did this time. Last time we supported visually impaired or largely blind children in the preschool, very young children, which fitted with one of our Kiwanis principles of supporting early childhood. And the whole club has been organized without us ever meeting. Some of us know each other, Taka-san, but we've organized without meeting. We have 54 members, and I don't know if I dare say, but one of those members is actually from Tokyo.
Oh. All right, thank you, Taka. Do you have any additional comments on this?
No, I think so. We had one member who had this idea, and then we got together, and then we kind of, this is more or less single purpose club. So our purpose is to give one organization every quarter our donation. So I think in case of Japan, maybe we could have a single purpose organization who wants to help one thing. Yeah.
All right, thank you for your comment. Well, I'm sorry to say we are running out of time, and so the closing comment can we have from the president of both club, Eric first?
I'd just like to say thanks again. I get inspired more and more each time I get to speak to a different region, a different club, a different history, a different legacy. I'm glad that Mr. Fuji is on the line. I was reading about him in Kiwanis International magazine, and the fact that he commissioned an opera in honor of Kiwanis made me want to cry. It was so beautiful. So that inspired us. I mean, we'll look at doing something similar, just uniting young musicians. I love that. So again, I just like to say thank you very much. I'm looking forward to meeting some of you in person.
All right, thank you, Eric. Nikai-san.
Yes, thank you, Eric, and thank you, Yoshida-san, and thank you, Taka-san, and thank you all the members who attended this net meeting. We learned a lot from your side, from among ourselves. I'm sure I report it to the board meeting and the regular meeting, try to develop how we will improve our activities, how we can find better cooperation with you. but it's a nice occasion. Thank you very much. And please take good care of your family, yourself, and your loved one. We continue to talk with you, and surely we will overcome the COVID-19 and support the person who are struggling against the COVID-19, and we will surely meet again. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Yoshida, may I comment?
Oh, sure. Fuji.
I'm very humble, so I'm too late to speak. But anyhow, at the Kiwanis International, they are discussing the whereabouts of E-Club, how to define E-Club, which districts are in charge of this E-Club, because E-Club is across the districts or so forth. But anyhow, the discussion is going on. So I'm very happy to supply the information discussed in Kiwanis International to this great bilateral meeting. And the other comment is that District of Indiana has increased 260 members from September 20 last year to at the end of March. So it's a very good performance. But look at the figures very minutely. There was a sort of exemption of the new entrance fee for the existing club up until the end of December. But looking at the figures, you have, I would say, stagnated this, action of increasing the new members. But anyhow, we have to learn a lot from you, because of Tokyo Club is lagging behind the members, and I'm suffering from the decrease. But anyhow, thank you very much.
Thank you, Fuji. Is there anyone who want to speak about any of your comments here? Taka?
Yes, thank you both clubs for attending this. This is great, and I'm really excited. Just hearing about both clubs seems like golfing. So I just had an idea, maybe wherever we meet at the next Kiwanis International Conventions, maybe we could organize a golf tournament and raise some funds. So I think that would be a great way to get to know each other and also have impact to the children. So
1,000%. The Crooked Stick is a PGA course in Indianapolis. We would love to host you. I'll cover 2 foursomes for the Tokyo group.
That sounds great, Eric. Thank you very much. Okay, the time is already running out. So this concludes all the items of the event. I do hope everyone has enjoyed it. Thank you very much for your attendance and the cooperation. I'm afraid the pandemic will continue sometime going forward. So please take care of yourself and each other. Now the meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, be safe. Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Sayonara.
Thanks.